I don't think it's any surprise that last time, or yesterday we had the worst version of Astralis. Today they've got a crowd cheering for them, and they come through and stomp Liquid of all teams.
Yeah, that was the big one. You know, Liquid had the chance to just hammer that nail into the coffin, to kill the dreams of 12,000 Danes, but they live on. So here we go, the very first pistol. Of course, Navi off on that T side, Astralis starting where they dismantled Liquid. 12 rounds on the CT side is what they had last map. Let's see what they can do yet again.
Yeah. Oh, we've seen this Navi before. Simple leading the charge outside. Look to maybe cross secret, but what does dupreeh want to do to react? He's staying within the smoke. Device will take his place inside of the secret stairs, and it's up to him to peek. He's really good on these angles.
Oh, Device, given that first chance, misses, but he falls back and he takes a deep breath. Of course, Boomich sitting just outside of Magic's position. He's going to round this corner. The shadow advantage gives him the information, but can he hit the headshot? It's a close one.
Yeah, want to sit and wait. Glaive gets a very important frag, yeah. That's a lot of information gained, a lot of map control gained back. You can see they're within the site looking outwards. It's very uncomfortable right now for the CTs. dupreeh's also low. Boomich at the bottom of the ladder. It's nice, but what can he do from here? Xyp9x has been spotted, and they still await for Navi to make their move.
This is such a tense pistol. Remember, versus Liquid, Astralis lost both pistol rounds and still managed to win the follow-up. It would be great for them to get this one rolling in an even better spot than last. But still, the tension. 30 seconds left. flamie has this hell position, and his teammates ready to split in through Mini. dupreeh's the one to be tested here, and he has such little health. His teammate, exposed out from heaven, has been dealt with, but dupreeh's in with the multi-kill. Glaive even already finds one. It's the 1 versus 2 for flamie. Astralis staring the pistol win in the face, and they go silent. 10 seconds. They're going to give him nothing to work with, but he does have that bomb, and now he has to commit. He's going to get this plant. Xyp9x can't get him off it, but he's cleared right thereafter, and Astralis take first pistol.
That was key. You actually love that play from flamie. Plants on the other side of silo, hoping Mini guy doesn't peek. That guy actually rotates around to heaven. He's got a good read on the situation. And to speak to flamie, he's not feeling well. You know, he almost wasn't able to make it today. So this is really big for him to, you know, to be able to play, at least give a good game. Now Astralis come out 1-0 after that clean pistol. A couple of nice frags from both sides. And we saw a similar look from Navi on that pistol as we saw from them yesterday on Nuke. Simpleton taking that wrap outside. But what's key is that they never feel uncomfortable. That no matter what, no matter how much map control they give up, they are always agreeing to it as well. And for them, they never overextended. Even, in fact, got the opening kill. So we'll see if they can have a clean anti-eco. We know that no team is out of the woodwork here versus Kriegs, especially in the hands of Navi. Two of the best fraggers right now have rifles. That's Electronic, Simple. And now flamie, who's actually also picked up.
Yep.
He's doing a lot better as well. It's an outside look and a slow crawl at that. None of the CTs have decided to play out here except for a Glaive spotting from within secret and a very far kind of reserved position in CT spawn from Device.
It's a dangerous game to play, peeking that silo player, especially when it's Simple on the Krieg. But they'll wait, and that patience is exactly what paid off for them to pick up their pistol. We talk about the discipline of Astralis, one of their greatest strengths, making teams work for every inch of the map. But right now, Navi have done a good job of getting outdoors. The smoke's starting to fade, and a slight gap is going to cost them. Boomich down first, and that's the bomb spotted on top of it. Of course, there's still that challenge, so Magisk has to be cautious, but Simple, of course, starts to claw this one back.
Oh yeah, dupreeh, that's a huge trade. Things open up for Navi. As we can see, they've switched now into the lower site. Guardian is roaming around inside upstairs, just looking for a kill. He might join them by going to ramp just after this. But for now, it looks like the CTs have decided to calcify. And Guardian's making sure no one can drop vents. He's just taunting them right now. He's just being a nuisance. And he's doing a good job of that, as we can see. He's escorting his teammates from the upper site into lower.
Aha, Magisk from a sneaky position, and Xyp9x with a double third is taken down. And Astralis with another round, making good work of their positions inside the sites. They gave Navi outside, they started to trade it back and forth, but it was those last second executions, the push to the bomb site, where they were completely locked down.
There's another example of where they give up tons of map control, but they feel comfortable the whole time, and that's obviously a very big opening kill from Magix to get that out of heaven, to stay and fight. They even come back for more and take some damage in the process. And yeah, that's the really difficult part, is if you're the T team and you want to see how much map control you can get, you expect the other team to get scared. Well, you give Astralis leash and they still don't worry about it. They're still going to play their game, and that's what's working so well for them. So now we're on to another pistol buy. It's a really well-placed grenade at both the bottom and top of Silo. These infamous Astralis HEs just don't stop, even in 2019.
Navi just in the trenches, shell-shook by the amount of grenades popping off, but Electronic pops back with a headshot. However, Glaive from the corner takes two. Making quick work of these pistol players now that he's gotten close to them. Peeking between the boxes as Dupree swings for a double as well. Astralis taking pistol and turning that to the 3-0 start.
Yeah, and you should be excited. You should be excited because every kill that they don't lose is huge, right? Another 5K in the bank that they don't have to give up or worry about in the next round. So they're going to hold on to their rebuys, and I think they've got the exact kind of rifles they want. They haven't converted any AKs just yet, but now it'll be on Navi to try to put one together. So what do we have for them? A 3-sig buy, 2 AKs, full grenades on everybody, so no excuses this round. Navi will start off by blowing out Squeaky, but not entering through it, just trying to bait some utility nice and early on.
Yep, sure enough. And Device tries to play closed boxes. Electronic almost robbing away that first kill. Device smokes Secret off, repositions outside. He's on his own here, as that player who did get down went all the way back round, Glaive over towards ramp. And Navi, they have been very forward with trying to take this outside control first and foremost. Flamey's going to be given a duel, and he bests Dupree. Caught through the side of the smoke, expected and read, but smokes down for the cross. Very thorough here, they use 3.
That's an enormous trade. What's interesting is that the outside site is, or upstairs, excuse me, is played very sparsely right now. They're not worrying about it too much. There it is, Navi try to trade. Device cannot strafe back from that spot. Boomich will fully abuse him, just going off with those shoulder peeks to make sure that he kills Device in credit card while he's still there. Too hard of a position to fall back from. And slowly by slowly, they are getting whittled away.
Ooh, and another one added to the tally. Boomich supposed to be dead, but he bests Glaive regardless. Flamey still lurking around the lobby. If the CTs could have gotten something going, maybe there'd be costs added up, but this is looking like a fantastic round for Navi. Still holding on to all 5 members. Zipex is near sight, but he also shut down. You can see it. Flamey, Guardian, Boomich, all of them damaged, but none of them dead.
None of them hurt. Yeah, they look very sharp, and obviously Boomich getting his 2-piece was maybe the most important part, but they did that slow crawl out through outside, and the last time they tried that on their defaults, Astralis just beat them out by waiting patiently. This time, as they're getting to where they want to go, they get all the kills. All the kills fall into place. So if you look at it, those are fights that Astralis do want to take. They just don't end up winning the duels. Now they'll try again. It's actually not a great buy to follow up. Glaive's only got a UMP, and they don't have the AUGs that they'd like, but they still have a pretty good chance. In terms of firepower, they're actually still dead even. So what'll happen now? Smokes on the cross were a problem for Navi last time. They were imperfect, and that allowed Magix to have that line of sight from heaven. Here in this situation, Boomich again from the watchtower is going to try to take aim on a CT if he shows up, but there's no one here around the back of Big Garage this round.
Boost over red, trying to get eyes in the skies, rounding corners outdoors. Device is tucked away in spawn, but he has gone unnoticed. He hopes that Boomich extends, but he's got to be cautious of Guardian. That is an op versus a Krieg. Scope v scope, and he sees him drop, misses the shot, a second chance, and he's gonna nail it. Device at least getting this 5 versus 4 in the follow-up gun round. Looking to shut down Navi at just 1. They're not looking to let this T side slip away with some momentum, and Glaive getting a second kill is huge.
Yeah, that's the straggler. Taking out Electronic is the person who would be the reason they go lower if they do, but now that Glaive's still alive, 40 seconds up, it's going to be much harder to reclaim that lower site. We're approaching save territory, honestly. Like, Navi have to make a decision. Simple comes out with a kill. Somehow, don't even know. Zipix is the one who gets caught off guard, and it looks like they know that Device is back here, but he's got his back turned. Flamey gets destroyed, and that leaves it now in a 2v4 situation. But the bomb, will it get planted?
Yes, sir, it will. And up close, Simple takes ahead, but he's caught reloading, almost dropped by dupreeh, who still just needs to stave this off. He has a teammate near him, and that third man in, Device, comes from ramp. So he's behind enemy lines, and Guardian expects it, but he falls. So Astralis right back on that board. Navi's first gun round nets them 1, but nothing further.
Navi are scary right now. Navi are scary right now. They look very good. They look very composed. And these slow crawl rounds where you're actually getting very spread out from your teammates, those are the ones that usually can fall apart and make you look the dominant big time. Here, Navi are actually able to stay composed, stay consistent, and find these kills and stay patient. And even when they're pushed to the limit, though, Astralis are keeping up. So now we have that 4-1 start, even though the one round that Navi won was a great one. So
it was.
We'll have another buy up. I think we've got enough for a not, but Simple is not interested in dropping one.
This buy, of course, a result of Navi not losing a single body on that round one. So this is the fruits of their labor.
What I think might be interesting is when will Navi throw in that upper rush, because at this point, Astralis are playing upper very sparsely, as I mentioned. They're worried about outside, they're worried about late ramps.
Gap in the smoke.
Oh.
It took 3 smokes last time around. Device can't manage to catch it, but they get one better. They get that bomb, and almost taking the kneecaps off of Electronic. Still, he tucks himself away. He's very wary of a secret player, which could be. But Device, he's back behind second vent. He extinguishes the threat. Goes out for the wide swing. They don't know if there's players sneaking down into lower B at the moment, but sure enough, Flamey gets through. It costs him half his health, but at least he's down there.
A small price to pay for that much information.
And towards the lobby, that's where dupreeh decides to turn up. Then it's Simple to bring it back, of course. He was clamoring back into the last round as well, trying to clear decontamination.
I'm just shaking my head and smiling at just how much attention is going into outside so far from Navi and how well it's going for them. But in this round, once again, Astralis have their feet on the ground. Flamey is downstairs, but he's only got 2 teammates to support. They're running up late now, 40 seconds left over. They've obviously got to clear a lot of angles in here. So now the smokes and flashes will start to come out. Actually, a really good one on Zipex. That'll last a full 4 or 5 seconds, accompanied with a Molotov. And no one is actually in here to defend against the bomb plant, so we can expect that to go down. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a round.
The retake's on. Magisk, Zipex, Device, and dupreeh, all 4 of which coming in from ramps. Now, if they stagger this, you could very well expect Navi to still assume that there's players elsewhere. 4 in from ramp, and the first duel is going to be Magisk down. Flamey, he's got to get out of this corner. They are going to challenge, but Electronics even nabbed another. It's Zipex with just a single kill. Device, can he clutch this? He falls down. Simple hears it. Doors closed. And Device, he's going to have to tap this bomb. Time is the biggest issue. It's so low already, and Simple knows. He takes the round, and Navi with a second.
3v4. They
back
did it.
and forth.
Yeah, and there they had no control within the site. Normally you have, what you'll have is a player behind the silo from the CTs, holding it down. So if anybody jumps out of the control window, that's an easy kill, maybe 2. Here, there was nobody from Astralis that wanted to do that, and I guess Navi took advantage of that. They smoke and mollied out ramp. They jump through the control window. They get in the site, it's open, a free plant. And then they win a really, really hard to win post plant. Although they get the bomb down, they're still at a big disadvantage in terms of players. And in terms of information, Astralis knew that they were going to go lower. So that's another really fantastic round that Navi have to look back on.
Now Astralis are going to be tested. They do still come in with something. That one M4, a scout, and Deagle's in the mix. Light utility with that incendiary if needed. Glaive initially wants to play close red, but he gets burned out of position and safely tucks himself back into the A site. So at least there's no early frags to Astralis' strength. But Navi have gotten downstairs again.
Yeah, not a crossfire on the stairs. Device moving out of position to try to get this. Oh, very precise peek.
That's one.
Super slim.
Who's next?
And he's actually going to rotate into an even more aggressive spot here with the Deagle.
Man.
Gets a ton of damage off, but Simple's going to be the guardian of the round.
Yep, saves him. Now dupreeh's going to jump down vent up close, takes Boomich, and Flamey has actually been dropped by Glaive, so this is the man advantage back for Astralis, and they still have guns. They've got these T's in an awkward spot, but Simple, again, he has been the savior.
He's amazing.
3 rounds in a row, he has been the one to keep it close, but Astralis wait. They wait for them to exit the doors. They see and control Zipex with more damage done. If only it was an op.
Yeah, and that's probably a symptom of their economy, obviously. So that's an advantage that Navi will have to ride out.
And Glaive, he expects them maybe to burst back on A.
Interesting.
but they've gone down to decontamination. Smoke's over for the plant, 15 seconds, and they're gonna get this in. Another retake on the lower site.
It's huge that they had a smoke. This makes things a whole lot more complicated, a lot more pressure on Glaive now, and Simple. He realizes that there was a threat waiting for him. He saw that nade come sailing out of the vents, and oh my God, Simple with another positionally beautiful kill. Xyp9x will now have to perform what Xyp9x does best.
He's gonna tap that bomb.
With just a scout.
Yeah, no kit for him, unfortunately. Guardian swings and takes it. Navi, again, these crazy mid-round situations all being made by Simple. 9 and 4, 7 rounds deep.
It kind of feels like the final with just like how much pressure there is on Astralis to win this map in
one,
particular.
Right?
And I have to say, like, this is some of the best Navi that we've ever seen, right? Like, they look really, really smart right now. We're going to have a pistol up for Astralis. And a couple of these rounds, it looks like up until the bomb is about to go down, Astralis look like they're favored almost. Yeah. You know, 50, 55% of the time, they're going to be able to take that. And then previous round in particular was 4v3. They should nail that every single time. So, again, and it's just to highlight again, it's Simple is so smart right now. It's not even like instant headshots that are winning him rounds. He's shooting everybody in the side or the back.
Getting positions and positions in the mid rounds. If there's one last piece of the puzzle that could have Astralis sitting on a 7-1 score right now, or 6-1, excuse me, is dealing with Simple, but it's gonna be hard to deal with anything in this round. 2 P250s still up, maybe adding some damage to the tally here, but no, the T's get through unscathed in near perfection. Navi, almost a team ace, even those Mac 10s making money.
We do know that because the Kriegs, no matter what, every single map is going to have a slight bias towards T in certain rifle rounds, right? Like things are going to go your way because of the Kriegs. And so even if lopsided scorelines happen on like Nuke where they shouldn't, where on the CT side you'd expect 8, 9, or even 10 rounds, I think in this game it's not over until we see kind of, well, first of all, you've got to have the pieces fall in a nice place in the first half, but then in the second half when Astralis get the Kriegs, like that'll be the most telling. Here we've got another dabble on outside control, which is a couple of players. It's a bit of an overreaction. Things are definitely tense in the arena right now. And once again, they have not touched the upper side.
I'm still waiting for that all-in A-rush.
The only time was that flamey 1v2, like late mid-round decision, but they've never actually just kind of juggernauted it.
Smoke's down yet again. Third in position, completely counters Glaive. He goes for the spam and does at least tag up Guardian slightly. Guardian gonna be happy to still walk away from this. It's been the secret stairs that Navi have certainly been focusing on.
Definitely.
Round after round getting in here. Little pop flash meant to deal with Device, and very nice. He re-peeks to grab Electronic, but Simple's still alive, and he has been winning mid-rounds. So do not count Navi out just yet.
But as you mentioned, that was the pain point. That's where things snowball. That secret kill, them getting downstairs, and now they've actually opened up a different site. It's going to be on A, and Dufree's at the top of hut. His teammate is patient, great communication, amazing frags from Magus to go back, and now it's Xyp9x in a 2v2, but he's out in the thick of it if he doesn't get this kill. I mean, go south, and they'll go drop vent on top of Device, win the duel, and leave Xyp9x in a 1v2.
Simple's going to be able to swing door and keep eyes open. How did he get away from the drop? Now he's been dropped. Xyp9x in position to keep Astralis back in the lead. It's him versus Flamey on 100 HP, and that last flash has been thrown, so he knows he's in the back. It's gonna come down to the headshots. Flamey has that scope advantage, but now Xyp9x is getting outwards, and he's gonna sneak forward. Bomb halfway gone, and the spray's starting to connect. It's Flamey with the win. Navi take their 5th. How they got out of the A site, I will never understand.
No, Device is there. He's basically just shotgunning the op at the bottom of the vents, and you think he's still going to get the kill because it's pretty hard to miss, right?
He was standing on the ladder.
Yeah, he's standing on the ladder, kind of waiting, and the knife does kill you in one shot in the feet if he wanted to try to do that, but another, again, great mid-round from Navi. And maybe they won it by the skin of their teeth, maybe they got lucky, but that was a round that feels like dictated whether or not a snowball would occur. Device winning his duel was huge, but since they lost the round in total, you're going to expect shaken confidence now in another very, very strong anti-eco as they brush outside and Simple takes the first kill without taking any damage.
Woo, and another one, easy peasy. Just slicing through these half-buys.
So what do they need to do? I just find it so interesting that Navi are getting away with these outside smokes, kind of 30, 40 seconds into the round, creeping into secret, and winning the rounds, even when they are losing some of their opening duels. That's just a daunting stat line to think about. Oh, what do we have here? Just Xyp9x once again. He wasn't even good enough to win that last round 1v2. It was more of a pure aim duel than anything else, you know. But he was doing a good job of reading which side flamey would cheat.
Sure enough. And it was all until he got caught falling.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get his feet on the floor, try to change up the height of the angle.
Yeah.
Blasted away.
Extremely good performance so far, and it's just not kills that are dictating this game. There's, you know, Simple who's going above and beyond. He's at 13. On the other side, nobody's touched 10 yet from Astralis. They're kind of timidly walking their way through the CT side, kind of expecting rounds to fall into their hands. I mean, if we look at which rounds they won, it was the first 3 and the 5th.
It's crazy. When they played versus Liquid, it was 3 1-versus-1 situations, 2 of which picked up by Liquid now. We've got the 1v1s all on the side of Navi.
Yeah.
And mid-round moments, too, that have most certainly, I would say, been to Astralis' strengths.
Yeah.
You know? But Simple. Simple is the one who has won those moments, and then you add on the fact that these big anti-eco rounds with 5 players alive, it's happened twice now.
I was just going to call for it, folks. We need everybody to make noise for Astralis. This is going to be one of their most important rifle rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your home team. Come on, let's hear it. Make some noise. Get loud, embarrass all those other countries, every other blast off. You want to be the #1, so you need to make noise every single round. Let's get loud.
Glaive anticipates the peak. Electronic already wrapping around through Mini. That's a good position to hold. Outside has been their playground, Navi. Molly to the back of Blue, opening kill. Device skewered through, and what? Electronic takes a second. Magisk is going to try to hold on, and Glaive does win the duel outdoors. So a 3v3 as Navi move past A floor and down into B. Yet again, Glaive having found another, though. This pushes it onto the bomb site players, but who's alive, Launder? Simple.
And Flamey. He won his 1v1. Simple's gotten to a key spot. They have control room. The rotates are late. Magisk is coming out of heaven. This is definitely the hardest of the bunch that we've seen. The retakes, the shots missed, though. And that's an opportunity gain. They have information on Simple.
Yeah, showing a little skin on that ramp side, trying to get out. They're going to go ahead and smoke off control window, smoke off deep door, but it's the double doors that Simple looks to hold. Another shot missed, but Flamey comes into the mix with 2. Oh, and he could even swing for the 3rd, but Glaive will at least cut 1 down. He doesn't have the kit. And now, Simple runs through, but there's just no time. Oh, a heartbreaking round for Astralis once more.
Wow. Yeah, and Glaive actually lives. He's safe. That's a big save. I mean, not to take away from just how important that round was, but you know, that's a little piece of solace for him. But another round, Navi with these vent drops, we're seeing kind of repeated patterns over and over again. They're taking advantage of lower late. This is an incredible 2K. dupreeh cannot drop sprays like that. That's huge. I mean, you can point to the SIG in some points, but for that, dupreeh knows he needs to get that kill, and he'll get it 9 times out of 10.
I mean, he even has Electronic scoped on Heaven.
Yeah, yeah. Had him exactly where he wanted him, and still couldn't put it together. The pressure is on. Another buy is out. Just to support the op, they've kind of supported it with dupreeh. He's got the XM. Everybody else just has armor and a pistol. And there is still hope that Astralis can win this round.
Yeah, looking to buy up enough to make
the style
happen.
Yeah, the style at which that the device ops, it's not that he's predictable, but he's not going to move to too many spots in the rounds, and his openings are only going to be from a few like kind of safer positions. So we'll see if he can do a good job of funneling the kills into him, or if his teammates can, and then kind of have more impact in this round. That could have been a big one, but oh my god, 2 dead bodies and hot.
Xyp9x was not expected at all. I was going to say Navi just completely blendered that one.
Just like on a chessboard, you want to kill it, take the queen last, or at some point later on. They didn't have to survive any op shots. He didn't get to take any. So this is exactly what Navi wanted to have going on.
The timing there in lobby almost worked.
Yeah, it was close.
Shotgun peek close, Boomich bests him.
Pretty miraculous kills there from Xyp9x. Definitely want to watch that back.
Really boils down to Navi, just 4 players picking up a kill apiece, all in that moment.
Now, what was it that Get Right said about these clutch rounds?
This is what Counter-Strike needs. This is what breeds the excitement of CS. Device is crawling around the bomb site. I mean, he's on the right portion of the map, and there are only 2 players here in front of him, one of which walks in. The timing is incredible. He just moves his crosshair, and Electronic's going to punish him for it. So we've got Simple at 14 and 7, Flamey at 13, and another pause called.
Yeah, take time to talk about it. I think most importantly, I'd be just trying to figure out, oh, there it is, the 2K in the back.
Yep, hits them both.
It's the 5-7 commercial. Yeah, they're, you know, I would imagine that Astralis are worried, but at the same time, they've been here before. This is probably not going to be like a relaxed tack pause. It's going to be more of a tactical one because that's where they're falling apart versus Navi. It's not so much like some shots are being missed. But yes, they are. Dupree did have a bad spray, but also they are hitting great shots as well. And I think they've also dealt with a couple of their most prominent demons. One of those was having a Device have trouble in the secret stairs.
Sure.
You know, he started to get a kill there, stay alive, and have a lasting impact. The next thing up, I think, is after that pressure, it's the vent, because the vent drop has caused them to lose 3 rounds now, the post plant, and 2 out of 3 rounds were at a mad disadvantage. So they shut down that pressure and they shut down secret. They're going to force Navi to go into new territory, which is upstairs. We don't know if they can win there.
Guardian with a very early chance at getting the 5v4. Navi not looking to let off the pace at all. They're not even using their walls of smokes anymore, just getting downstairs for free and taking players with them. Glaive dropped early. Device hopes to pick up these pieces, but he knows he's being encroached upon. Electronic. And Guardian with another op kill. Just dismantling the boys outdoors. Although, Magisk slips one through. Zipex is wary of Vent. Or ramp, excuse me. But
why is it that we just saw that, though? It was just so timid outside, and yet they still gave up the kills. If they're going to play it way more passively, then they should commit to that.
Sure.
And they should try to kind of create the honeypot in lower once they go downstairs. But here's another situation. Navi are just moving ahead even more quickly now, more quickly than ever before.
You can see the confidence in Navi, but maybe, just maybe, it's a bit too much too soon. Boomich still tucked back, and he does have Guardian to give cover. So Zipex is going to have to move forward first. Magisk taken down, and it's a drop from Zipex, swap to the Krieg, 1 versus 2. Guardian empties out his utility as that bomb ticks, more than halfway gone already. And they're not going to have anything other than Splash to blind him. He tucks away around the corner. Someone has to get on bomb. The defuse is coming through. The shots miss. The knife's out. Oh my God, Guardian's still standing. Zipex takes him, but there's just no time.
When it rains, it pours, Connor.
Oh, Guardian.
Oh my
God. Dog. He jumps around the corner. He misses shots. He gifts them the chance at the 3v2.
Oh my God.
The 3v4, in fact.
Yeah. Wow. Picked up a Krieg that was on the ground, with just apparently not enough bullets remaining. Look at Boomich. Vivial in this moment. Just happy. Happy to be here. That's so nuts. No, those are the rounds that Astralis usually win versus our favorite teams.
That's exactly it.
That's usually what happens to us.
Right.
So there's some way I'm happy, but at the same time, man, what a way to go. That's so tough. Yeah, he just basically had like 3 bullets left. A free 3 bullets to shoot, but couldn't nail it.
When Guardian misses the first one,
yeah,
the door swings, the shot's right there. You're thinking, it's over.
Yeah.
The defuse is done, but the knife.
It's not going to be a bad half. It's going to be an okay half. It's not going to be terrible.
Swaps the op into a shotgun and just gut punches not only Astralis, but 12,000 pains. A round that looked like a 5th to the board of Astralis.
Well, in situations like this, my favorite saying that my teammates always have is we just need a pistol. So
sure.
Yeah, they already got 1 that helped them this half. Could have been a devastating half otherwise. 4 rounds actually not too bad considering there's still 2 potential left. Device, he's playing the head peeking game. He's been off and on. This could be a round that he could bring it back. There is 1 player down and a very important scalp to take. Electronic will try to trade places with him. Zipex is now dropped down to lower. Magisk is in perfect rotational position, but Simple just reads it.
He is too good today. 16 and 8. And Flamey, his right-hand man.
Oh my God.
They're going to fall back into lobby. CTs still persist on bomb sites. And such a patient setup outside again. I mean, we saw it when no smokes were thrown last round.
Look at this mid-round. They're going back to upper for the first time in ever, and this is the only round that Astralis are like fully prepared and lower this time. They've got 2 people dedicated to the site, not late rotators in control.
Oh, smoke down. Dupree's got the noob tube.
Oh.
They're going to play away from him, try and hit the squeaky door. Mini smoked off as well. A few spam shots meant to clear it, but the mini peek could cost them. Dupree does get in with 1. They clear that A site. However, the bomb's been dropped down in tunnels, and still Electronic gets his hands back on it.
He's going up. Oh, okay. He's going to avoid this. Bomb's going to get planted. Navi protecting a huge win streak right now. Xyp9x, another chance at winning a clutch. Can he do it?
Something he's going to have to pull off. He's been given some chances and hasn't come up with one yet.
Option coverage here. He's going to go.
He's going to have the high ground.
Yeah, and Electronic knows that this is a possibility, and he's going to get. He knows from his spot he's getting cleared very late, so he's taking a small risk.
Just has to look
just
down.
below. Is he going to see him? There he does. He does nail it right in the top of the dome. Electronic, go home.
Splattered on the floor of the A site. Astralis with a 5th. Astralis just trying to get what they can at the very end of this half. I don't doubt their T side, but it's going to have to be more than an average T side.
And Astralis, this crowd, give them any reason and they're going to cheer.
If you guys cheer like this throughout every round, that's going to pump them up.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going as soon as Astralis gets something. So that's all they need to do, just anything. They definitely have what it takes. That's one round. That's a round I thought they definitely don't win. But Navi once again game themselves and they go downstairs.
Yep.
They go to the vent into the 2 players of Astralis who thought they had to rotate up. So maybe a bit of overreading the situation from Navi. Maybe Astralis can harp on that again.
Falling from ramp back to lobby, almost out hut, then down vent. Man, the redirections coming out of Navi on this T side. Looking way better than they did yesterday, in fact.
Way better.
They played FaZe on this map, and Navi nearly looked lost.
Infinitely better. That's a chance. That's a collateral.
And the follow-up.
He's not done yet.
He sees the hands of Electronic. Come peek me. He hopes for another, but Flamey has him honed in. Still, he's done enough to put the last 4 members of Astralis, most certainly, onto the 6th, you'd think. Still, challenges to be made outdoors. Magus can't contain the spray. It's Boomage to bang him back. But look at the combined HP here. 47 health.
Abysmal. Just do that, math.
Dude.
Proud of you.
Real quick.
We've got 3 Ts. Super low. They can't even trip. If they trip and fall, they're dead. They can be blown over at any moment. Certainly Astralis are aware they've done damage, but not exactly of how much. So they're going to play it extremely carefully, as you normally would. Xyp9x lurking back into Turnpike. Yeah, that's
he could just spray them all down.
And he is aware.
There's 2. Given 3. Flamey removed. And Astralis going to finish this half strong. 2 rounds at the very least. 6 in total, but an awesome T-side from Simple and Flamey. Can they bring that same performance onto the CT side, or is Astralis going to outplay them? You guys are going to have to wait for that one. We'll throw this to a break and be back with the second half. with the second half. A little highlight reel compiled towards the end there. Props to Astralis holding on for those 14th and 15th rounds, but props to Simple for winning so many in a row.
And he's so incredibly smart. And you just, you don't want your favorite team to beat a team or to lose to a team that's unworthy. And Navi are showing us why they deserve these rounds. They look awesome. They look fantastic. Simple looks incredibly intelligent today. I mean, he's just, some days you're playing well in terms of aim, some days you're playing smart. It seems like he's got both going on right now. Yep. So this would be, the ultimate behemoth to take down, and I'm glad that, they're making it hard for Astralis. Certainly, Astralis look good in some of these situations. They're just falling apart to slightly better calls, I feel like, actually, which is something you don't often say for a team like Navi. So, I think it's been impressive what they were able to pull off. But we're here on the T side. I mean, I expect a lot from the T side of Astralis. Yeah. We were talking about at DreamHack Rotterdam in the finals with Heroic, how they kind of mirrored a lot of Astralis' plays and how they've borrowed from their book. Well, now we get to see it right from the source. Astralis here, ladies and gentlemen, on the T side of Nuke.
It's so many variations at times in their outer hits. The smokes can be played with. I mean, if we want to talk about the calls in the mid-rounds of Navi, it looked good, but it was like two-player synergy, not five-man setups. But Astralis going to play this one quick. They're going to pressure that ramp room, and they are giving it for free. Flamey falls, and will he fumble at the feet of Astralis as they do start coming over the cusp? They get that opening kill. Simple's looking to lock off Glaive, and as long as Glaive can burn time, then that's one thing. But Dupree has turned it around elsewhere. Electronic swings the door to his own demise, and Simple left alone. 1 versus 4. That bomb will be planted on the back of the site. Everyone on Astralis wants his scalp, but he's dishing it right back. A second and no third. It's Zipex to close it. Astralis starts strong on a T side.
That's a perfect concoction. You want Simple to play well, but then Astralis to win. I mean, this is, that was sick. And Dupree can get another, a recap on that 2K really nicely done from him. He said, that's easy, man. That's easy. I do that whenever. Just say the word.
Next.
Why didn't you ask in the first half? That's what he said. Now Astralis are 2 away from tying up, which is key. They did come away and win the first pistol in the first half, which just goes to show once again how well Navi did play.
Incredibly.
But numerically, in this best of 1, it's not going to matter once they're all tied up. We're just seeing how well they can do mono, E-mono, T versus CT.
Remember, it was Navi's T side yesterday that fell to FaZe in convincing fashion. So maybe, just maybe, they close this one here. We got the MP9 and the Scout up. Guardian and Electronic wield them.
Glaive is looking very emphatic, just trying to make sure his comms get across at this moment. He's crossing into secret. He spotted 2 nades coming from different trajectories. That's going to be a warning sign.
Big information.
Go ahead and get back upstairs. Navi might have kind of dug a grave for themselves. We'll see. Simple stuck in the vents, but he gets out and they take hut control. This is a big move from Navi, even they are just on pistols. Forcing Astralis to rotate back means they never plan to hold onto hut early on. So good adjustments from both sides so far. And we'll see what the next chess move is.
Chucking bomb down, Zipex. Waiting for someone to maybe overstep their boundaries. The more the merrier in terms of heaven control. Got 2 Ts in here already. That A site should fall at the height advantage, but Guardian is still in the mix there. Simple and Electronic to find some success. The Scouts, doing damage as bombs thrown downwards. Flamey, however, cleared from vent, and they know exactly where he is.
Very fast.
Device with 3 versus the Force. Astralis cutting that lead down to just 1.
Yeah, very, very fast. The Tom Cruise of CSGO, ladies and gentlemen, Device. Even more handsome, I think.
Yeah. Mission not so impossible.
I feel like when you face out Device, you just get Device again.
Crisp and clean.
Okay, that's it. Now we're about equalized. One more run-of-the-mill anti-eco round. Try not to lose too many players. We've seen it happen before. Let's see if they can do it again. Oh!
Whoa!
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, they call that friendly fire.
Could have been an arc nade to the wrong team. Early rotation into lower from Simple. He's wrapping on upstairs, looking extremely quick too. Glaive has got Boomich locked into this position. Zimpix lets him go, frees him on the leash.
Run free, my friend.
Yeah, they're still kind of just following kills, it seems.
Sure, and not committing to them either. You know, they've had multiple people pinned in, but not chasing to the deadly extent. However, this could be the first one to fall. Electronic tucked in towards spawn, device near.
I like the patience.
But again, he falls off.
No, I like what Navi are doing too. Just very smart, just delaying for time. Every second that ticks down, plus a kill.
Big
that
one.
adds pressure.
They just shave a player off lobby side. Electronic could very well hit device, but he reads him. Predicted and popped. Zipex not gonna give away that lobby control either. 2 more CTs confirmed. Guardians down, and it's just simple now. He's inside the vents. He would love for them to trickle in, but they're going to take this A site any day of the week.
That was great teamwork. I mean, peeking the trade, when they were low health, they got out of the way. They trusted their teammates to get the kill, and it went smoothly, and it could have gotten a lot more ugly. That was 4v5, and it's a 4v1 for Astralis. Bomb goes down for that extra little bit of cash. And Simple, he'll now just try to get what he can get, but this is when it gets real scary. This is when it gets real scary. We're going to have another opportunity here in this next round with full guns, with proper equipment, utility, and so forth. But again, another round, 4 up.
Now it feels like the game begins again.
Yeah, it's a reset. I think mentally for both teams, sobering for Navi to look back on losing 2 pistols, even though having a great half and being tied right now, and then also having to prove themselves on a brand new side. So a lot of things I think that's because Astralis are now on fire, that actually stands out in Navi's mind. The most recent round ones is a big one.
Up the ladder they'll go. Where this ends, no one knows. Could be the fast A hit. They're running right through that fire. Boomich is just going to hide behind box. There's 6 players on the site, and Astralis are going to pick up all 3 kills to start. 2 CTs, but where have they gone? They cower, they hide. Their team dead in what seemed like moments. Astralis with some tenacity on that A site.
Yeah, that's a confidence play. We saw Navi didn't pepper in one of those until really late in the half. Astralis come out the gate with that. With Glaive, that's a huge confidence play, and you know that he's really setting the tone for the second half. And they also win. They only have lost 1 on a hunt because they know they can afford it.
Whoa.
There's a second kill that goes down, and now they kind of want to be a bit more timid if possible.
Whoa.
Zipex gets killed too, and this is just becoming expensive at this point, but ultimately they're still up. And okay, there's a big difference though. If they don't get every gun out of the round, yeah. If they don't get every gun out of the round, then that's going to have to worry about next. With a buy that's not so great. So this is why Magisk is hunting. It makes sense for him to do it. A pretty decent nade potentially. There's the kill. That's huge. That's a really big difference.
Big one. But I mean, you know what else is a difference? Not having 5 of these Ts survive. I mean, one of the reasons we had to praise Navi's ability to get that big spree of rounds in the first half is because their anti-ecos 5 survivors. Their gun rounds still 2 or 3. Astralis just completely bully into an A bomb site, but it comes
Let him know.
Let him know. However, Astralis on fire. Astralis back in the lead, something they haven't had since the very beginning of this game. So, how far do they take this? You'd think an 11th round in the bag. An MP9 for Electronic. Tidbits of utility.
You can see how much less dangerous this is, and because there's no rifles in this round, it's just they have such a big advantage in terms of coming out clean once again. We've got the deep L smokes into big garage. We'll offer the cross. Simple, kind of do a device impression with a CZ, and he comes away with a very clean frag. That's enormous. Glaive's actually feeling very uncomfortable and starts to wish-wash back in through the smoke. Comes back to get the kill on Simple, but it's Simple to get 2. 3v3 once again, and suddenly the T's decide to recede into the lower ground, maybe get a bomb plant as quickly as they can, and look to defend against these 2 orange doors.
But Simple, door swung wide. Can't deny the bomb plant. 3 versus 3 in the post. But Electronic knows that someone may try and come swing doors. However, there's still that CZ in play. Boomich is coming down from ramp. He will be watched by Zipex. On the other side of this site, we do have the double AKs for Navi. A little pre-fire gives away the position. However, still Boomich taps them from the back, and he's going to find nothing more. Astralis take 3 in the post plant.
Majority alive. Majority alive. 11-9, and now we're in that critical round territory where it starts to turn yellow, it starts to turn red, where you start to make bad buying decisions.
Yep.
If you're Navi, you know, you're really feeling the heat. Now you're really feeling it.
It took Electronic 38 kills to win that Dust 2 game yesterday, and right now Simple sits on 22. If there is going to be an all-star performance from the side of Navi, our eyes fall on him.
Yeah.
And a gun round to do it. That is what they have. Last time, rapid A clash. This time, already trying to focus towards ramp. The grenade, negligible.
I thought that was going to be a good one. Okay, they got out of dodge quick. And you can see, you don't typically want to go 5 players in one spot unless you're rushing it. They do commit hard and fall back. Luckily for Astralis, there was no other pushes on other parts of the map, so they can reset at no cost, except for the little bit of damage, of course, that Magus took.
Sure, keep him in the back lines. He does have that one scope as well, so he can play to the strength of the distance. My question is, how will Simple deal with smokes?
What is the read here from Navi? Do they think that it was going to be lower abuse this entire time? That would be a big question mark for me. Outside smokes could be a fake. This is something that you would throw to go ramp in the first place, so they're not going to read too heavily into this and will instead respond reactively. Electronic, crouch spotting, doesn't take any damage, drops the smoke and falls back. This is huge.
Yep, but there is still at least time to redirect here for Astralis, and you see 3 players eject immediately. Simple pushed off of Mini, he's been spotted. So they apply some pressure on their flank, and they go right back to the mission at hand, getting down secret stairs, honing in on this B site, and looking to pick it apart in the final 30 seconds. But that Molotov is going to burn off crucial time, and we are still standing in a 5v5.
Yep. You have a good beat on it, so you can see the CTs are elevated. They're going to have to go through some dangerous territory. Electronic, first line of defense. Can he put it together? He gets the first headshot. He looks for a second, and the pistol or the rifle shots are good. He gets the double headshot.
But it's A. It's A that they're going to go ahead and hit. Another kill comes in from Guardian, and Simple comes from smoke. Zipex picks up 2, but nothing more for him. Navi perfectly held there. They kept Astralis at bay so long that they had to redirect, and in that panic got pulled apart. Thread after thread.
They ate a brand new smoke at every single turn. When it came to ramp, this Flamey smoked out perfectly, did some damage, stayed alive. Then they went back outside. They went into secret. They get delayed by Electronic with his perfect shoulder peeks. Again, doesn't take any damage, dropped the smoke. And then they coupled that with a Molotov later. The perfect amount of time delayed every step of the way. So Astralis don't get any free map control, and they commit to the site that Navi know they're going to. On top of course, Electronic just putting together a beautiful 2K.
Very nice. Those crisp headshots, one with a fadeaway.
Yeah, you know he's always good for it. He's just such a precise mechanical player. So,
and that's a key round for him, I think, as well, because so far here on Nuke, it's been the Simple Flamey show.
Yeah, good point.
And if there's a third piece to be added to the tally, it's Electronic. Now catching up, 15 and 16 is he.
Yeah, Simple can't do it alone. He could do it with 3. With 3,
right? It could very well be enough,
especially. Yeah.
So we ask ourselves, who else steps up? Because Astralis have kept this near even. Just have to stomp out a couple shining stars.
No early reads this time, just simple outside control. Guardians
on a pistol.
On a USP? Only? Wait, why does he only have a USP? This is versus a full buy.
Oh man, this would not be the round to have mistakes made, but it could be the case. And the crazy part is they've actually gotten closest to him. He's feeling the heat inside of hell. Ejects upwards.
No utility?
Boomich plays into the lobby. He won't find Zipex, who actually doubled back towards spawn. And now, oh my goodness, the timing. He plays back down the ladder. There's 2 of them in here.
Wow, okay, now Zipex, I mean, the whole lobby has been compromised. He's going to take his time coming back to that. That's a big bit of information.
This is a tight round.
Yeah.
And Dupree has the best chance.
Somebody tell him.
You know what I mean? Compromising this A site. Yeah, the guy's only got a pistol.
You only got to beat a USP, my man. This is...
He's worried he's about to face an AWP. Guardian tucked into the corner. He can do nothing. He is 100% pinned into this. He just has to wait.
Yeah, literally dead meat.
And
there it is.
Boomich gets called back to help, and Device gets that first one. Then goes Guardian. The USP has been removed, and with that first kill towards ramp, they're going to trickle into Electronic. How many players can he take? Glaive dies first. Dupree and Device, hot on his heels, walk out, and the timing has worked excellently for Electronic. He naps another. Magus comes in. Astralis are able to maintain the man advantage, and they plant that bomb with still 10 seconds to spare. However, ramp still in question. The health advantage works to Astralis, but the post plant's still 2v2.
There it is, the absolute hitman in Simple.
Yep.
He's a monster in these moments.
Not working with utility. Boomich does have one flash from ramp if need be, but Zipex takes him down. And Boomich now just gonna hold on to that AWP. He's gone. Astralis 12-10.
Yes, they make it happen. They make it happen, and they look good doing it. That's great spacing. That's great spacing when they come into control. You really like to see a round like that. Yeah, they come out with the perfect trades.
I mean, in hindsight, how angry is Guardian that he's not playing on a scout, that he's not playing on a FaMAS? If he has a shotgun inside of Heaven, then suddenly dupreeh is not going to as easily take that duel. The A-site's not going to feel as achy. You saw when Navi were able to get into lobby, I feel like half of them being recalled is because Guardian's saying, yo, I'm alone with a USP.
Yeah. I still don't know exactly what happened, if it was a death that happened after. Oh, was it after time? No, I don't. I
there was money on the rest of the team. They had at least 2K on Flamey.
That was weird. No, that was weird.
Not the best time for it to happen.
Well,
not
at least he gets his off now.
Navi.
At least he gets his off now. So back in his comfort zone. Blade going for the call and the fast call outside. This is something he loves to do. Just variations of the same thing. If he knows it's worked, he's going to drive that strategy into the ground this time. He's got the CTs trying to readjust. Yeah, Simple doesn't have the information the rest of his team does. They're going to move in. He spots a couple of heads, but he gets traded out. That's a key man to lose. 1 for 1, I'd take that trade any day.
With so many faces turned, you'd think maybe the big multi-kill comes, but not yet. There are still defensive members to get by. Flamey tucked behind box. Guardian focuses towards door. And at this point, Astralis have so much time. We've seen them double back. There are layers to their playbook. But with the smoke off on ramp, you know they're going to hit this. Magus swings door. Guardian can't quite hit his shot, but Flamey lines up too. And while he's flashed, he can't be brought back. Zipex will give cover, and Flamey's then fallen. A 2v2 turn 2v1. Can Device do this on his own? He's going to go for the plant, prioritize his bomb, and it's in. Guardian peeks, and Guardian's going to take it, keeping this map within 1.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Flamey getting that 2-piece because that was the spot that Electronic played in the last round, so they're going to be more keen to clear it than ever. Plus, he gets flashed. Plus, they've kind of isolated the site so that that's the first thing they clear safely. They open the door by decon, they clear the back of the site, and then they have the control room, they come out and they try to swing on him first. Guardian does a great job of protecting him, kind of just that Guardian Angel, as you might characterize him, most of the time, and then he puts together just this amazing 2-piece by himself. Even the third guy gets blind later on and maybe can't even, or barely gets away with the trade, that's Device. And obviously him in the 1v2 is not typically the position you see him playing, right? It's usually someone like Zipex. So now we're actually on to pistols. Astralis inching with the lead. They're keeping up 1-to-1, staying just ahead. But this time around, they're going to have all pistols, and they don't have a lot of utility. None, actually.
Yeah, and already one member cut off. Magus gets ahead of the smoke. Glaive will play outdoors. Covers the drop, but peeks an op. Guardian, huge advantage at the distance, but he slipped through. Electronic's going to have to hold him at bay.
Oh, got info.
Ooh, yep, and there's the peek from Simple. Sneaks out from secret stairs and nabs himself another. So the round, as we expect, goes the way of Navi, most certainly. You would hope, of course, for Astralis there'd be costs tallied up, but not at all. Excellent outcome for Navi with 5 members standing tall.
That's a round where I'd like to see like what's the idea behind it, because I see kind of like a lot of like some teams will buy 5 Deagles, but economically speaking, that can't be the best combination and way to spend your money, where you could have one guy who have a full nade set and sacrifice a good pistol, a couple of guys who have a Deagle, and use them more of like pseudo rifle rounds, right? Like Deagles as your ops, you know, your CZs, your SMGs, and then some stronger close-range pistols to be your main fraggers or whatever. But instead, they kind of just spend $700 across the board. Very expensive. And again, we're into critical territory now for both teams. Looking for 13 here on round 25.
That's it. Last 6 rounds of this map, Astralis still fighting for that spot in the finals. Copenhagen, are you still with them?
I think they might be. I can hear it, yeah.
Maybe.
I can hear it.
Just maybe.
Okay.
A slow start to this one. Both teams knowing what's on the line with this gun round. Someone's taking back the lead. Both teams have had it, and now it's up in the air.
Really just impressed by the salience of Navi. Every step of the way, calling them out, waiting behind their smokes, dropping smokes of their own here. Presence inside of the lobby. They sit patiently and wait. It looks like they want to full execute without giving them a hint. Flash comes in and it baits a footstep. That's exactly what they wanted off of that. And now they seem to be scrambling. No, it's not outside. No, they're not trying to do anything tricky. Maybe it is going to be upstairs. Will they be ready?
Door's going to be swung wide. Smokes out. Simple turns. Boomich has the advantage from above. 2 headshots, shuts down the play before they even get it rolling. They were hoping to burst in, and Magus being caught now puts this 2v5. Another flawless round. One health for Simple.
And last bullet. Oh my God, that was amazing. That was a really good round, obviously. That spray down and Squeaky, but again, the reads, they had it. They threw that flash in the hut. They knew kind of what was going on. That potentially was an upstairs hit. This time it was delayed, so it was new territory for Astralis. The other time they did it, they kind of did it kind of right out the gates. And that's a new beast that Navi were able to take out. They relied heavily on flashes to come through the roof and for that to just kind of blind everybody on the site, but those aren't always reliable. So that doesn't work out, but they kind of run the same play. This time they get down into secret with the bomb, and nobody's here to stop them.
Nope, Electronic may, but
there.
Too many players. He's gonna try to burn Zipex out, but there's a bomb plant, a caveat in the round, at least something for them to be proud of, and still kills start to tally up elsewhere, although nobody here to cover bomb. Or is there? Magisk has actually got his hands on the AK. For a moment, that looks scary. But sure enough, the defuse comes through, and that's Navi sitting on 14.
That's it, final moments.
That last gun round, we knew the importance of it. They chilled inside of lobby. They go for the burst, and it just gets obliterated.
Yeah, destroyed.
They come in with Glocks this time, and they find more success. How wild.
I know, it's insane. They could actually, they could do the same thing again if they want to. I don't know if that's what they want to do, though. Glaive has the most amount of pressure on him right now. He's got to make a series of calls at this point to help them win that are, in his mind, 50-55% that they've been able to pull off, whether it's an outside slow crawl or this kind of upper take that they've had varying success on in different rounds. It's him who the pressure is on. And we can already see how his mind's working as his pieces across the board are starting to make moves.
Starting to go back to playing outside instead. This is the key piece to when they wrapped around Hell. The rounds being won by Astralis at the start of this T side did come from outer, and now Device starts it, but Electronic just pops up and pops right back down. Equalizing kill near instantaneous.
Heaven wrap on the ducket. Glaive making the first move. So you can see the CT's frantically spinning around because they don't have control of everything outside, so that's 1+ if you're an Astralis fan. But if you're a Navi fan, we know that they have been good in these situations despite that. Now we'll see. When does Glaive make his move? Who will be the first to throw a stone?
They're waiting for that secret peek on Electronic, and he's going to walk right out into two waiting Ts. Astralis back with a man advantage. Boomich, he's going to be pushed from above, and Zipex slips out from hut. There's the trade. Effective yet again. Simple's down, and Flamey with now everything to do. 30 seconds and 3 Ts to take. He's met by a smoke on the side of hut, so his exit is still all right. Dupree, the insurance policy tucked away in heaven. He does not need to face. He puts it on the players within this bomb site. Zipex at bat first. Down he goes. Flamey knows, and he's through. 14-13.
14-13.
Astralis one step closer.
Yes, I release still tons of pressure, and there it is, the mastermind himself, Big Glaive. Yeah, that was all on him. That was all on him. Strategically, he has to make the right move there. They end up pulling off this heaven wrap that looks remnant of,
where they started.
Of Navi in their first half. Almost the same play. It ends up working out well. Does he run it back? He likes to do that. We'll see if he does it again. One of the last rifle rounds of the half. Good guns on both sides. Same smoke that Magisk is setting up for. Big Garage takes it as well. Molly to the back of outside, but this time it's a variation. They're throwing similar stuff, but doing a different play. It's attention to ramp.
Right, Flamey's up close. He's caught. Simple, in the meantime, has already gotten over towards secret stairs, but he's been drawn back into lower. Guardian gives away 30 health to the Molotov, and Simple in control. One headshot and a second, but not a kill. Device drops so low. Electronic's gonna find himself at bat. Dupree taking another. Astralis looking to tie this up at 14 apiece, but we have seen 2v4s.
We have.
And the doors stay closed. Device knocks him down, and Guardian saves the round. Astralis tie this up.
Oh my God, they actually have done it. There we saw it. The first 20, 30 seconds, the exact same round. The same smoke from Mad, the same
Heaven
flashes
Mad.
outside, Glaive showing presence, attempting the cross, but then coming back, because the entire plan was just a fake and go ramp. Variety in their strategy, but all stemming from the same place, just to be as unpredictable as possible, and it ends up being the right call. This is where the pressure now swings back to Navi. They had a good start. They had a good second half, and especially in these last few rounds, they've still looked good. So, and this is a tight race. This is insanely tight.
I mean, it couldn't be closer.
Yeah, literally couldn't. You numerically could not be closer.
The costs at the end of this, though, giving Guardian 2 kills in the end, offering him his op for the next round. He sits at the bottom of the scoreboard, 12 and 19, but at least he's got the trusty cannon.
All right, let's do this, folks.
The 29th and a timeout called.
Yeah, they've got the money. They've got the money. You can respond. All right, so this would be my read, my attempt at a Romo. Okay, that Glaive does the same thing, the same start to the round, and then if I was Glaive, I would be calling the exact same round as last round with the same smokes. A third variation of the play. I always think about that E-League major final where he basically did this variety of outside takes on Train versus Virtus Pro on a comeback from 12 to 7.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah, with every single play stemming from the same spot, but then ending up over at B even sometimes. So sometimes maybe an outside take, maybe sometimes a full fake. But I feel like we had an identical start just to make it, just to guise it completely. What Navi's reaction will be is the big question. How long can Simple stay alive? And can Electronic bail them out if everything else fails?
How will Boomich fare? Relegated to the 5-7. Off of the pause will come in. Glaive burned and Zipix bagged already. Oh, and he turns! Simple with a whip around onto Magisk. But they do at least still have some footing out from Squeaky Door. They could double back. They have so much time. If anybody looks downwards, their head will be ripped off. Guardian getting another device with an answer, and it's all on Dupree. He kicks it off in the 1v3, down to the 1v2. Guardian could peek, one player falls, and the bomb is at the bomb site's feet. He doubles back, it's a fake, he's into the site, both counter-terrorists down, and there it is, Navi's 15th round. Guardian coming alive, that saved AWP from the previous round, getting him 3 frags launders in the 29th. That's right,
The absolute look of disgustment. Unfortunate, yeah, oh my God. Another
A take that just gets wrecked.
Solid upper hold from Navi. All the action around the vents. Simple, obviously, realizes the importance of gravitas of that round. Taking a point, taking 2 potentially from Navi, earning themselves 3 maybe if they win this round, and then it becomes their story.
One last chance. A tie would still secure Astralis some very important points, and they've got the opening. A 5v4 made possible by Device. They take ramp immediately. Electronic's gonna try to get himself into position, and he will cut down one, but traded. Device on his own, taking control of the round. Guardian sees a T, slips through the ramp and doubles back, but Simple has the back of Blade. There's the kill. They know they've turned tail towards A. Simple unsuspecting, and we are stuck in a 2v2, locking horns here on Nuke. Navi and Astralis. One last round, one last retake. Guardian, the savior of the previous round. The reason Navi have this 15th, and can he get again another? He does see the head of Dupree, and he hits the shot, but it's not dead. Astralis take their time.
GGs are called. Congratulations to both teams. A point across.